The name that never leaves the headlines. The artist, the icon, the genius, and the storm. For years, he's been both the muse and the madness, the melody and the noise. But this time, the story isn't about music. It's not about Yeezy. It's not even about fame. It's about pain. Because for the first time, Kim Kardashian is speaking out, and what she said has left millions in shock. Let's dive in. Kim's voice trembles as she sits across from the interviewer. Cameras rolling, lights dimmed. The room feels heavy, like the truth itself is about to drop. It felt like I was trapped, she says quietly, like I was living in a beautiful cage. The interviewer leans in. Are you saying Kanye gave you Stockholm syndrome? Kim nods, slowly, deliberately. The words hang in the air like smoke. Yes, she says, and it nearly broke me. The audience gasps. You can almost hear the collective heartbeat of social media speeding up. Within minutes, the clip spreads like wildfire. Headlines explode. Kim claims emotional captivity. Kanye's control exposed. The truth behind the marriage. But behind the shock value lies something deeper, something raw, something that's been building for years. Kim starts from the beginning. When I met Kanye, she says, I thought he saw me. Not the celebrity, not the image. Me. But slowly that changed. It wasn't about love anymore. It was about control, about needing me to reflect his genius. She pauses, eyes glistening. I started defending him even when I knew he was wrong. I told myself I was helping him heal, but really, I was losing myself. The narrator's voice cuts in, soft but piercing. They call it Stockholm syndrome, when the prisoner begins to empathize with the captor, when love and fear start to look the same, and that's exactly what Kim describes. He'd say things that broke me, she recalls, but then he'd turn around and say I was the only one who understood him. That kind of love, it confuses you. It traps you. The internet erupts. Fans rush to defend Kanye. Others rally behind Kim. She's finally speaking her truth. One comment reads, about time people saw what she endured. Others call it sensationalism. Another Kardashian headline, a skeptic posts, but for those who listen closely, it's not about drama, it's about survival, Kim goes on. It wasn't all bad, she admits. That's what made it harder. The good moments made me question the bad ones. I'd remember his laugh, the way he looked at our kids, and I'd convince myself it was worth it. Her voice cracks. But it wasn't. The interviewer asks, when did you realize it was more than just a toxic relationship? Kim takes a deep breath. The day I ended up in the hospital. I thought it was stress. The doctors said it was an aneurysm waiting to happen. My body was screaming what my heart already knew. The audience falls silent. Even the host looks shaken. He didn't hit me, Kim continues. But control can hurt just as much. The isolation, the pressure, the manipulation disguised as passion. It messes with your mind. The narrator whispers, and that's how psychological captivity works. You don't even realize the cage is closing until you can't breathe. The world watches, stunned. Clips circulate on TikTok. Analysts dissect every word. Did Kanye really manipulate Kim emotionally? One podcaster asks. Or is this just her way of reclaiming power? The truth, as always, is complicated. Kim describes the pattern. The love bombing, the withdrawal, the guilt trips, the public chaos followed by private apologies. He'd say the world didn't understand him, that I was the only one who did, and I believed him. That's what love does when it's poisoned. It makes you defend your own pain. She wipes away a tear. I thought I was being strong, but I was just surviving. The camera zooms in. You can see the exhaustion in her eyes, not just from fame, but from years of emotional weight. I lost myself in his world, she says softly, and it almost killed me. The narrator's tone deepens. What Kim describes isn't rare. It happens in silence, behind closed doors, between people who smile for the camera but cry when the lights go out. She continues, I don't hate him, she says. I don't even blame him completely. I think he's unwell. I think he's hurting. But I also think love isn't supposed to feel like fear. Her words hit like thunder. The interviewer asks, so why speak now? Kim looks straight into the camera. Because silence protects the wrong people, she says. Because I want my daughters to know love should never feel like captivity. The narrator pauses. And just like that, the world saw Kim Kardashian, not the reality star, not the influencer, but the woman who survived emotional imprisonment and lived to tell it. Part 1 ends, but the story is far from over. Part 2 begins with Kanye's reaction. Sources close to him say he was blindsided. She's twisting it, one insider claims. He never hurt her. He just loved her too much. But others suggest Kanye's team is in damage control mode. Meanwhile, Kim's words continue to echo. Podcasts, news panels, late-night shows. Everyone's talking about Stockholm Syndrome and how it can exist even in the most glamorous relationships. It's the idea that love becomes loyalty at the cost of your freedom, explains a psychologist on air. When you stop knowing where love ends and control begins. By part 10, the story has become a cultural reckoning. Women across the world start sharing their stories. Number sign free to feel trends globally. Survivors speak up. Kim gave language to what we couldn't describe, one woman writes. It's not always physical. Sometimes it's emotional handcuffs the narrator returns. This isn't just Kim's story anymore. It's a mirror held up to millions. By part 20, Kanye breaks his silence. In a cryptic post, he writes, people don't understand what real love looks like. I was just trying to save her from the world. The internet splits again. Classic manipulation, some say. He's still not listening. Others defend him. He's misunderstood. The tension builds. Part 25. Kim releases another statement. Forgiveness doesn't mean going back, she says. It means letting go. Her words trend instantly. Fans flood her feed with messages of support. You're strong. You're free. You're healing. By part 30, the narrative evolves. Kim's not the victim anymore. She's the voice, the teacher, the example. I want women to see what I didn't, she says in an interview. That love should never require losing yourself. The narrator's voice rises. This is more than a celebrity confession. It's a cultural awakening. By part 40, Kanye reportedly seeks therapy. Sources claim he's reflecting. He's finally realizing the weight of his actions, one insider shares. Kim's response? Healing is personal. I hope he finds peace, but my peace doesn't depend on his anymore. The audience feels it, the closure, the growth, the freedom. By part 50, the story comes full circle. Kim looks directly into the camera one last time. I used to think strength meant staying. Now I know strength is walking away. The screen fades to black. The narrator whispers, and that's how survival becomes power. The story of Kim and Kanye isn't just about love and loss. It's about breaking free from emotional chains and learning that peace is the loudest form of rebellion. The music fades. The screen goes dark. But the message remains: never let love become your prison.